Of all the trees that grow so fat, o'er England to adorn, greater are none beneath the sun than oak and ash and thorn. Sing oak and ash and thorn, good sirs, all on a midsummer's morn. Surely we'll sing of no little thing, and oak and ash and thorn. You that is old in churchyard mold, he breedeth a mighty bow. Alder for shoes do wise men choose, and beech for cups also. But when you have killed in your bowl, it is filled, and your shoes are clean outworn. Back you must speed for all that you need to oak and ash and thorn. Sing oak and ash and thorn, good sirs, all on a midsummer's morn. Surely we'll sing of no little thing, and oak and ash and thorn. Sing oak and ash and thorn, good sirs, all on a midsummer's morn. Surely we'll sing of no little thing, and oak and ash and thorn. Elm she hates mankind and waits till every gust be laid, to drop a limb on the head of him that anyway trusts her shade. But whether a lad be sober or sad, or mellow with ale from the horn, he'll take no wrong when he lieth along neath oak and ash and thorn. Sing oak and ash and thorn, good sirs, all on a midsummer's morn. Surely we'll sing of no little thing, and oak and ash and thorn. Sing oak and ash and thorn, good sirs, all on a midsummer's morn. Surely we'll sing of no little thing, and oak and ash and thorn. Oh, do not tell the priest our plight, for he would call it a sin. But we've been out in the woods all night, a conjuring summer in. We bring you good news by word of mouth, good news for cattle and corn. Sure as the sun come up from the south by oak and ash and thorn. Sing oak and ash and thorn, good sirs, all on a midsummer's morn. Surely we'll sing of no little thing, and oak and ash and thorn. Sing oak and ash and thorn, good sirs, all on a midsummer's morn. Surely we'll sing of no little thing, and oak and ash and thorn.
Sörjen fallen vän och slå hans baneman. as decay is closing in, and the kiss of deadly silence has been placed upon my skin. For the code we're bound to follow, you have led my last crusade. Now we're swallowed by the city as it fades. I will shield you from the darkness when the walls around us quake. I will hold back all the monsters until my bones begin to break. And when I've lost, I'll have to leave you, and the tears that fall like rain. If I'm taken by the shadows, I will spare you from the pain. Requiem for sunlight, hide away now from the dark. To be the anger deep is calling, tearing me apart. Somehow the whispers do command me when the abyss has taken hold. Now carry on in glory when I grow cold. I will shield you from the darkness when the walls around us quake. I will hold back all the monsters until my bones begin to break. And when I've lost, I'll have to leave you, and the tears that fall like rain. If I'm taken by the shadows, I will spare you from the pain. Foolishly I let the darkness creeping. In this restless room my soul is beating. I confess to you that dark has taken me prisoner. I am corrupt beyond any rescue. I've forsaken my vow to protect you. Oh, when these horrors face the father of the sinister. If the fight's over, I will sacrifice my mind, just to know you'll still be breathing when the years have been unkind. So continue on without me, guide my body and my fame. Keep a watch over the wasteland when the world forgets my name. I will shield you from the darkness when the walls around us quake. I will hold back all the monsters until my bones begin to break. And when I've lost, I'll have to leave you, and the tears that fall like rain. If I'm taken by the shadows, I will spare you from the pain.
as he sank beneath the tide. Those blood-soaked shores of Kalimdor, where sailors fought and died. The admiral fell at Theramore because she left his side. Why this, oh daughter of the sea? Why this, did you forget your seaside days? Always the pride of a nation's eyes. How could she go astray when she did flee across the ocean deep? The admiral followed and left. What else but say to save a daughter's life and pray she still did brave. But there he found upon those distant shores enemies upon the rise. But when he faced the savage foes, his daughter stood aside and buried deep beneath the waves, betrayed by family. To his nation with his last breath cried, "We were the daughter of the sea." I heard across the moonlit sea the old voice warning me. Beware, beware, the daughter of the sea. Beware, beware of me.
Norn, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Realm Weavers.
Hey!
All right. Really quick, is my camera frozen at all?
No.
Okay, just want to double
No.
check that.
Not first.
It still is for me, but I may be the outlier.
That's concerning.
As long as you can still hear them.
That's true.
I can still hear.
That's a very important thing. All right, so we got a very special session today. We're essentially doing a intro edition to Night Vale, a game that has not yet been released. Oh wait, hold on. I'm using the wrong screen. My bad. There we go. That's better. Yeah, a game that has not been released yet. And so, yeah. So I'm both excited and very anxious about this whole thing. We have three of our main cast: Hayden, Tia, and Winston. We also have a guest who's going to help us test this game out. So would you like to introduce yourself real quick?
I'd be happy to. My name is Jim Dealey. I'm also part of the Wrecking Crew who's going to be running playtests of this game at Gen Con. I am a professional game master, a freelance writer, and I have written for Renegade and Essence 20 before in Techno-Organic Secrets, which is now out and available for your consumption. I am a regular professional game master on Start Playing Games. I run something almost every day of the week, and I am looking forward to testing this out because while I have experience with Essence 20 at the system, I have not actually played this one, the Welcome to Night Vale, the game. So let's find out how this works out.
Yep. And on top of all that, I'm hosting the intro session, so this is going to be unusual further in the fact that the game cannot essentially be longer than 2 hours. So it's going to be very interesting. And to that end, because it's a test run to get a feel for it and all that kind of stuff, both for me and the players, what we'll be doing is playing through it, and I'm going to keep track of how long every scene is so that I can better manage it, both to essentially tweak the game afterwards if it ends up being too long, and being able to pace myself and keep track of the game when I'm at Gen Con hosting the game. So the goal is for the game to last for 2 hours. Might spill over that, but you know, we'll manage that however we can. So
We'll jump off those bridges when we come to them.
yeah, pretty much. So we're going to start by dropping all the characters for the players real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and do just that.
Remember, unless you want to see me touching the screen every 5 minutes, there we go. That's... I hope that didn't freeze everything.
You're good, man. Like you said, audio is more important. And while everyone's looking at their character sheets, I'm going to show the audience everyone's characters. So, in order, we have Colton Kane. Alright. After Colton Kane, we have Dusty Wicks. And her little fluffy flying eyeball.
Flying eyeball.
We then have Alton Vire. It's gonna be a fun game.
$1 million smile is going to get me everywhere.
And then we have Thomas Spector.
This is gonna be interesting.
Oh, it's gonna be very interesting. I will say there's 2 other pre-test characters that are not being played today, and I was hoping to get 5 players, but you know, we weren't able to get that. But we also have Cassie Quick and here
We have to look at my character sheet the entire time.
we also have Cassie Quick and Piper Crow as preset characters, but they are not going to be played today. So, but yeah, so just go ahead and everyone take some time to learn the character sheets, all that kind of stuff, so that you get better acquainted with it, understand like navigating the areas, and then once the 5 minutes are up, we'll get into discussing the game mechanics themselves. To help out a little bit, you have the most common area you're going to be using the most of the time is going to be the essence areas. So you have strength, speed, smart, and social. And in those, you'll see different skills with filled and unfilled dots. Immediately under the strength, speed, smarts, and social numbers, you'll see your defenses, which is toughness, evasion, willpower, and cleverness. And above this bulk of the area is general information. So you're not really going to use much of the top info, save for languages. There's also influences, which are both positive and negatives, depending on what they do. You have movement feet, you have movement rate, HP, and then your attacks and armor if you have it.
An important thing to remember about the Essence 20 system. This is from someone who's written for it. This is a low health, low damage system where doing lots of damage is not common, and more to the point, you don't have a whole lot of hit points to take that damage with. I'm looking at my character and his max health of 2,
which is
like,
the default.
I need to stay out of scrum. And
Yeah, it
in
looks like mine
general,
is
with-
4 health.
yeah, in general, with the Night Vale, you, from what the impression I get from listening to only about a quarter of the sheer volume of episodes and podcasts they have, they seem to run from threats more than confront and defeat them.
Well, in this game, we're going to be covering both running and confronting. But the confrontations and running isn't going to be too difficult because I don't want to focus too much on combat as opposed to learning how to roll skills and that kind of stuff. So we're mostly focusing on skill and assistance mechanics.
So basically, you have to be smart when it comes to encounters.
Oh, always.
Very much so.
Alright. Next one. So, we have... So, now to explain the mechanics. So, as I already went over the different essence scores, and you've seen the skills. Each skill has a general definition of how it's used underneath it. And while it doesn't show it on those character sheets, there are also specializations that you can become extra skilled in. Some of the skills that you guys have, you've specialized into already on those pre-made character sheets. And so, for example, with Dusty Wicks, you have specialization in Brawn as carry, I believe. Yeah, carrying. And we're going to get into what specialization means in a second. There's skilled and unskilled. If you're unskilled in something, then that basically means you roll all your rolls with that with a snag, which is basically disadvantage for, D&D players. You roll 2 dice, 2 d20s, and then use a lower roll. If you have skills in it, if you have ranks, essentially the idea is for every dot you have, your rank gets increased by 1. So 1 rank is you roll a d20 as well as a 2-sided die, or in this case, a coin. You flip a coin. If you have 2 dots, that means you roll a d4 instead of a d2, and so forth and so forth. So, for example, if I have 2 ranks in a skill, then what I'm doing is I'm rolling a d20, and then I'm also rolling a d4 and adding that to my roll. Does that make sense?
So repeat that one more time.
On your sheet, if you look at the skills, you'll either have no dots, or you'll have dots in it.
Okay.
I'm getting feedback.
It's from Hayden. It's from Hayden. You're gonna.
So if you have 1 dot, you roll a d20 and flip a coin. If you have 2 dots, you roll a d20 and roll a d4. It'll say on the dots which die you roll. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
If you're specialized in something, then you roll all dice up to the maximum you have. So if you have, for example, a d6, you roll a d20, flip a coin, and roll a d4 and d6. And you add all that together.
Okay.
There are moments where the difficulty or the shift ladder may go up or down. You'll see that shift ladder on the second page. Top left. Then of course, like I said, there's snags, which is like what do you call it? Disadvantage. So you have snags, which is roll twice and use the lower roll. And then you have edges, which is you roll twice and use the higher roll. So edge is better, snag is worse. If you lend assistance to someone, let me grab that real quick. Where is lending assistance? Here we go. So if you lend assistance to someone, essentially the idea is if you have one rank or more in that skill that another person is performing in, you can lend assistance and give them an edge to their roll. So let's say that Dusty Wicks is planning to throw something at an enemy using targeting skill as a range attack. Colton Kane, who has a lot of ranks in targeting, can assist Dusty and allow her to roll twice and use the higher roll for them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Everyone keep your track?
Kinda. It's very complex.
It's actually very simple once you get into it. This is probably the most simple system I've ever used, if I'm being completely honest.
Can you repeat it one more time?
Alright, quick
Bless
recap.
you.
Thank you.
Whenever you roll a skill, you roll the d20 plus any dice, any rank dice you have. So, for example, Dusty Wicks has 3 ranks in Brawn, which means that she will roll a d20 and add a d6 to her roll.
Okay, gotcha.
If you are unskilled in something, you will roll a d20 as a snag, or in other words, you roll 2 dice and use a lower roll. If you are specialized in something, you roll a d20 plus all rank skills you've unlocked. So for Dusty Wicks, if she's rolling Brawn specialized, it would be d20 plus a d2 or coin plus a d4 plus a d6. And if you're
so
lending...
basically, sorry,
No, you're good.
you don't have any dots whatsoever, then it's like you have disadvantage on whatever skill you're trying to use.
Correct, but in this game it's called a snag.
Okay.
And how do you know if you have an advantage?
If you're specialized in it, so like I said, if you're looking at the skills, any words written down on that line, for example, Dusty Wicks will have carrying. Essentially, anytime you're performing that action, that's when you have specialization. Or if any of your origins and influence perks or role perks give you an edge on anything. For example, Dusty Wicks will have an edge when trying to purchase anything dealing with animal goods. So specializations are more going to be towards niche categories as opposed to anything else. Story points are something that are also used in this game. Story points are essentially inspiration. The idea is that you gain them in order to drive the story forward. So let me get to that real quick. Here we are. So you gain story points anytime you fumble a skill test, or in other words, you roll a 1. Anytime you are rewarded by the host for any great ideas they came up with, or rewarded from the host by any great role-playing that is done. You use story points to re-roll any ones that you rolled on the d20, rolling a skill test as if it was specialized, add a +5 to any of your defenses before a roll is made, or gain temporary access to a piece of equipment or tool useful in a scene. So that's pretty much straightforward. If you need a reminder, that information is written on the second page in story points section. So you're gonna have a lot of references to work with. Then let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to breeze through combat mechanics real quick, but basically the idea is you have standard actions, movement actions, and free actions. They usually consist of standard, contingency, move, free, and defeat. Or no, not defeat. So contingency is basically like, I'm going to hold my action and wait until X goes around the corner and shoot them in the head as soon as I see them. and that's a contingency action. If you're defeated, that does not mean you die or fall unconscious or anything like that. That just means you are unable to perform more actions for whatever reason. And that can vary greatly based on what's going on at the time. Does everyone understand the gist of it?
Kinda.
Obviously, we'll start to get a little bit more into it as we start playing it.
Okay.
Yeah. Any questions real quick?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
So let me get a coin real quick. I'll be right back.
All right.
Sorry about the scuffle.
Here you go, man.
I have no idea why my phone's just deciding now that it wants to echo for every conversation I have.
You're good, man. All right, so that's pretty much done with the explanation part. I will say before we move on to the actual game that instead of using a coin, like flipping a coin, what I usually do is I just usually grab like a D6 and I just use the higher end or lower end of those rolls to determine. So like 1 to 3 is 1, and then 4 to 6 is 2. You guys can grab a coin, or you could just use a die. Either way works.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready for the actual game?
Let's go.
Alright. Alright. Let's start it. You have all been requested, called in, or otherwise summoned to the Night Vale Community Radio by none other than Cecil himself. And he looks beyond nervous. He looks desperate. Thank goodness. I need your help. It's a really big emergency. Noticed how the radio's been off lately? Well, that's because my radio voice is gone. All of them are gone. Here, listen. He turns on the radio quick and starts speaking to it, going, "Attention viewers, this just in. A swarm of conjoined fowl has been assaulting passerby in the old town district." Turns it off and looks at you and says, "Okay, now watch what happens when I say it into the radio." He then turns the broadcasting on and says it again. With the most boring, dull, monotone voice coming out the other end. "Attention viewers, this just in. Swarm of conjoined fowl has been assaulting passerbys in the old town district." Turns the radio off and turns back to you again. Panic raising in his voice. "You see what I mean? I can't continue voicing the radio like this. I need you to go out and find out why and how this happened and find a way to fix it by any means necessary. Check the radio equipment, talk to the citizens. Whatever you do, please do it quickly. If we can't go on air again soon, it could be disastrous."
Sounds like you're gonna be out of a job soon.
Please
Do
don't
you have
joke
any
at me.
leads? Anyone who might want to disrupt your work?
I can't think of anyone who would want the radio to be turned off. Like, everyone depends on it. I give all the important news to everyone. Like, you could always check with Jerry. He's cleaning the back room, I think.
Is Jerry the janitor?
No, he's the intern.
Okay.
Honestly, it's amazing he's lasted this long.
Well, I can check the radio, see if there's any. I can figure out what's going on with the radio.
Yes, please. Anything. Talk to Jerry. He'll lead you to do the equipment. Just, please, whatever you do, hurry.
I'm going to go find Jerry the intern. He's the latest in a long line of radio interns. I'm sure he knows everything that's going on.
All right, so you guys walk out into the main state
Probably.
hall. You guys walk out into the main hall of the station. And stepping out of the room, so the first thing you see is who you assume to be Jerry, a young man, who when you guys open the door, he starts a moment before he calms himself, and he just kind of tries to step to the side out of your guys' way. He's just like, hi. Around the room, it's dimly lit with lights humming, slightly off key. Space smells faintly of burnt toast and ozone. There's a coffee table that sits in the middle, piled with crumpled memos, half-used permission slips. There's a potted plant in the corner, tall, narrow table with a single white and pink headphone set upon it. Looks kind of weird. And then, of course, off to the side of the room, you can see a door with the sign Radio Equipment.
Dusty, why don't you all have a look at that while I talk to this young man about the current distortion going on with our radio?
Before we continue, how about we introduce everyone's characters to each other?
Oh. Alright.
I should have started with that. My bad.
Should have, but it's funnier this way. We're all enigmas until we introduce ourselves. It's like shadows in a video.
Alright, so let's start with Colton Kane.
I'm Colton Kane. I'm just the bodyguard at this point.
Just the bodyguard.
Like, you know what? Sometimes you need the big pew-pew. My specialization is gun.
Can't say I relate to that.
Dusty Wicks.
Yes, hi, I'm Dusty Wicks. I'm a farmer. I run a ranch.
You know Dusty Wicks, the farmer?
I'm a caretaker first. Yes. Everyone knows Dusty Wicks, the farmer.
And you, by the way, you do see a flying, fluffy eyeball with wings, essentially, floating beside her.
His name is I.
Igor. I'm just gonna eye the eye suspiciously.
Then there's Alton Vire.
Yep. I am Alton Vire. I am affiliated with the city council. I'm a local politician. I know everyone and everything that's going on. Or at least that's what I'm going to tell you. Whether or not it's true.
And then
I was
finally,
gonna say, clearly you didn't know everything that was going on.
and then finally, Thomas Spector.
Hey, my name's Thomas Spector. I do tech. That's what I'm good at.
Concerning.
I'm great. Engineering, science, and computers. Anything you need research done, I can do it. You just keep me away from the librarians. They know who I am.
They know who you are.
Alright, so that's the introduction out of the way.
Jeremy, how long have you been working at the radio station?
I've been here for about 3 years now. Everyone keeps telling me how impressive that is, so yay.
It is. In that time, have you ever known anything to mess with the sultry tones of our local radio presenter?
Not that I can think of. I did notice something weird about the equipment when I was dusting it off. There's a flashing purple light. I haven't seen a purple light before. Don't know what it means, but...
I'm gonna look at our tech heads like, a purple light? Fascinating. I bet our scientists can answer what's going on with that.
Yeah, I'll go check that out.
Can I send my little eyeball friend to search the room and see if there's anything weird or that looks out of place?
What are you looking for that's out of place? Like, are you just looking around the room to see if there's anything out of place?
Yeah, just general looking around.
Alright, so this will be our first roll, guys. You're going to want to roll an alertness check, which you are unskilled in. So essentially you'll roll 2d20 and use the lower roll.
Okay.
17.
17? Alright.
Yep.
So you do notice that, like, looking around, not much seems really out of place, though the headset keeps giving you a very weird vibe. And keep in mind,
Alright.
guys, that all of you start with one story point. So if you're ever in a jam, or if you need to roll something as if you're specialized or anything like that, again, that's what the story points are for. They're to help move the story along.
Remember, they're a collective tool, and we can use them as a team.
And we can use everyone else's except for ours.
So what do I find when I investigate the equipment?
You're going to roll technology, and you're specialized in it. So you're going to roll a d20 plus a d2 plus a d4 plus a d6.
Okay, D20, D4,
D6 and a d2.
D20 is 9.
Plus. You're rolling the d20 twice, right? Using the higher roll?
Thank you.
Because you are specialized in this.
That's 11. Yeah, that's.
Alright.
Thank you.
11 plus.
That is a boat of dice.
It really is. For my players, in case it hasn't become clear, I wrote these preset character sheets with the mind of like min-maxing, so that everyone has a role.
Okay. The D6 has a 2.
Alright. So 13. So now D4 and D2.
Okay.
While he's rolling, Alton Vire. Jerry's going to add, like... Now that I think about it, it was a little bit weird because... What did Jerry do? No, he doesn't... he says, if you guys are going to be going out and asking people around, would you mind taking some more pictures and audio recordings? Because... we took a couple of pictures and they kind of came out
Put a
weird.
finger to his mouth. Remember, those are forbidden technology. We don't want to get in trouble, do we?
He's just like,
Sure we didn't.
no,
Sure we do.
it's just easier to report.
And I'm going to try and assess this young man. I want to know if he's hiding something.
Okay.
And that would be particularly that would be one of my persuasion checks, I believe.
Well, are you trying to convince him to come clean, or are you trying to assess him?
I'm trying to assess him.
So that
And
would
normally
be
alertness.
that would be awareness.
Yes, but I have a talent
Oh,
people person that says I may use perception or disruption or persuasion instead of alertness to determine if someone is lying, concealing their intentions, or hiding something.
okay, there you go. So go
Pretty
ahead and
good.
make that roll then. And Thomas vanished. Why does everyone keep vanishing from my stream?
Well, you never unfroze on mine, so
Hi, Thomas. Thomas Spector. What'd you roll?
I
all
got
right. I had a
Well, shit. Okay. 1 second, guys. 1 second, guys.
At least I fixed my side.
True, you did.
As you're freezing.
Look,
Okay, there we go.
I can only do so much.
It's alright.
A lot of internet issues, I think.
I'm
Okay,
running
cool.
2 screens on my phone right now.
You're good, you're
that
good.
should be enough.
Winston, what did you roll? It was 11
Okay.
plus total.
Okay, 11, then a 2, then a 3, and I flipped the coin and I got heads.
Which is...
You would only combine the D20 result with one of those. The best one of those.
So 3. So essentially 11 plus 3, so 15.
14.
Yeah,
Basic
14.
14.
So
Got a lot
when
on
you're
mine.
rolling a test that is specialized, you do roll all of the dice associated with it up to your level of skill. So if it's a skill you have 3 ranks in, you will roll a D6, a D4, and a D2, but you will take the best of those 3 and add it to the D20 result.
I missed that.
If you do that and it's
makes
specialized
sense.
and it's got an edge, you would roll 2 D20s to take the better result and add that to the best of your other 3 or 4 dice.
Yeah.
When you have 5 and
Okay.
6 levels and things, it gets really impressive.
All right, so
You just start rolling buckets of dice and hoping one comes out higher than.
so
If
Alton
you want to roll
Fire.
buckets of dice, come play Exalted with me on Tuesday nights.
No, I'm gonna roll buckets of dice. I'm gonna go play Warhammer.
All right, so Alton, what did you roll for persuasion?
I rolled 19. That sounds impressive, but it was an 18 to which I rolled ones.
Oh.
Rolled a 1 on my D6.
Oh, man.
All right, so he is
Case in
not.
point.
So he is not hiding anything. He is a nervous wreck, especially talking to someone like you. But
Actually, could be taken
he's not
to me.
actively hiding anything. You can based on how he was talking about the camera and phone, he basically uses it to keep tabs on everything for reporting instances and for his own sanity and survival. He's not using it maliciously. He doesn't want to use anything. He doesn't want to break the law, but at the same time, he's like, I do what I need to do. So.
I'm gonna not write him up this time because he is in possession of forbidden technology. But we're gonna let that slide because he's just a kid and we can't keep paying to replace these interns.
Too expensive.
Wait a minute. What do you mean can't keep paying to replace these interns? There's nothing to replace when we're done with them. You just have to get a new one at this point. It's not like we're regrowing limbs.
No, that's on Tuesdays.
Yeah, no, that was
right.
no.
Tacos are
No,
Tuesdays.
The cloning vat experiment was discontinued.
All right, so
And
for
all records of it were destroyed. Right?
Big
What records
fingers.
destroyed?
Sure, they were.
I don't know. It wasn't my job to destroy them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so for Thomas Spector, you are analyzing the technology, trying to figure out what's going on. From what you can gather, among the various blinking lights on the equipment, there's a single one that is showing up blinking purple light. Reading over the reference pad, it indicates that the signal has slipped into another wavelength, or, different wavelength, different pathway that has not been recorded yet. You can run tests and read the system with that roll, and essentially determine that the current equipment on hand is insufficient to determine what exact wavelength the signal is being sent out into, but that the system has been using a backup signal to produce the monotone voice you've all heard earlier.
Okay.
So you need a higher grade level of technology in order to figure out exactly where the wavelength is going.
Okay.
Kitty!
Aww.
Meow.
This is Joey. This is my kitty.
One
He's
question.
got a floating eyeball.
What question?
D2 is D2 a coin or I'm confused.
Technically, it's a coin. Technically, it's
Yeah.
a coin. I just use a die and use the higher or lower end of it.
I just use a D4 and do evens and odds.
Yeah.
Give me just a moment. I'll be right off camera, and I'll be back with one of the coins from my Transformers set.
No worries. While he's doing that, Dusty Wicks. So, did you want to do anything with that knowledge of the
Yeah.
headset?
Burn it!
What?
Burn it! It's
I don't know
real.
if I want to touch it or not. If it seems kind of suspicious, maybe it'll do something to me if I try and put it on. I'm gonna have peepers, or eye as I call them,
I like peepers.
touch the headset.
All right. Peepers flaps over and lands on the headset and just sits on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Na-na-na-na-na.
Awesome, man.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I should give that one.
Ask me sometime. I'll run you through. Ask me sometime. I'll run you through the Battle of Autobot City with the Transformer system.
Yeah, you know what? I saw Two Faces quarter.
Mm-hmm. So,
All right. So, do you do anything with that, Dusty, or do you just move on?
Well, I guess I'll pick it up and try and see if there's anything weird about the headset in general, or it's just a feeling I have.
All right. So, examining the headset doesn't look very odd, other than its coloration, pink, like white and pink. As you like, yes, it's not going to do anything unless you try to move to put it on.
Hey, intern.
Huh? Yeah. What's up?
Want to try on this headset for me?
And he's just like,
Want to see a dead body?
I'm good, thank you.
Is this yours?
It's like, no. I think that
Do
was
you
the
know who
last
this is?
intern's.
Does it have a name on it?
No, it has no name on it.
Is it a Bluetooth or a wired headset?
Like I said, it's not really like a headset. It's more like it's. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's headphones, but yeah, there doesn't appear to be a wire.
I guess it's Bluetooth. Hmm. Is it currently on? Like, there's a switch on mine to turn it on.
There doesn't seem to be a switch at all.
Hmm.
All right.
I guess I'll get the engineer's attention. I forget his name, I'm sorry.
Thomas.
Yeah,
Thomas Spector comes out of the engineering
Thomas.
room.
Hey, what can you tell me about these? I don't know anything about headsets.
Okay, I'll examine them.
They just look like a headset. Like to your eyes, there doesn't seem to be anything special about it.
The vibes are off.
I guess I'll try them, put them on.
All right. You move to put them on. They immediately match your exact head shape, and as soon as you put them on, you can't hear a single thing. Nothing. You don't hear anything. You don't even hear
So
the
the noise
air in your.
canceling.
You don't even hear the air in your ears. Like, just dead silence.
Can I try and take them off?
Yeah, they come off easy.
So these are complete noise canceling headphones.
And when you take them off, they return to their original size.
And Terry.
Did I see the headphones do that?
Yeah.
I saw them. Oh my goodness! Let me see that.
Here.
I put them on. And,
Wait.
what? How is it doing this?
All right. So what do you guys want to do next?
Wait, hold on. Thomas, what did you discover in the engineering room?
Oh, I tell them what I discovered about it's in a different wavelength, and we need a higher sort of technology to find out which wavelength it's in.
I wonder if these headphones can hear that specific wavelength.
Okay, I do want to remind you guys we do need to keep the pace up.
Okay.
We can't slow down.
Sorry.
I'm trying. The worst that could happen is we find out nothing. So see if we can plug those headphones into the machine. See if it actually works.
All right. Thomas tries to connect it via Bluetooth, but it doesn't register any headset.
Ooh.
From what you can gather, these headsets are strictly designed to be soundproof and nothing more.
Okay. That's weird. Okay. Well, I guess just should we take these with us or leave these here?
Well, we should probably take them with us. I just don't know where to go from here.
With
He
the
did suggest,
townspeople.
yeah, I was about to say, he did say, like, go out and ask people around.
And you know where the best place to talk to people is?
A bar.
The bar.
Well, I don't have that scene. We're going to the main street.
Okay.
So once we get back onto the street, I go straight back to politician mode, shaking hands, kissing babies, the whole 9 yards.
Shaking babies, kissing hands.
Well, shaking babies is a tradition in Night Vale. You can't be
I'm sure it
grow up
is.
strong unless you're properly classified.
Why is so funny?
All right, so downtown street hums with quiet activity that suggests people are either pretending nothing is wrong or genuinely don't notice the difference. As you pass by a faceless man walking their fez-wearing cat, you glance at the the storefronts line in sidewalk, each offering sales that never seem to end or begin. The traffic lights seem to be blinking at inconsistent rhythms as a purple cloud of haze waits patiently for their light. The smell of brewing coffee and distant smoke drifts from a woman drinking coffee from the barista district. You hear jazz playing over near the skeleton, a bit of screaming from a moving sponge, and of course the sky is watching.
You know what? The screaming sponge sounds interesting.
So essentially you have about 4 or 5 characters you can interact with.
Alright.
The faceless man seems to be someone who knows something. I'm going to go over there. You gotta know the weird around here.
As you go over to there, you recognize the cat as High Counselor Golden Claw Whiskers.
I bow and genuflect immediately.
That was the yeah, there we go.
That's great.
There's actually a specific mechanic for this character of how he responds based on whether or not you bow to him or not. So
He is the Regal Cat.
So the faceless man is in a blue polo and jeans, walking an orange cat in a fez hat, glasses, necklace, and formal suit and tie. The cat is holding his head high as he struts, and as though he were a king. And when Alton Vire bows, he gives him a nod in response and goes, "Well met, future counselor."
Wait, is the cat actually walking the faceless man?
No. No, faceless man is walking the cat. And when I say faceless man, he has no face. It is just a head.
And then I will say, my lord, have you noticed any of the unusual events, more so than usual, around here?
Kind of takes a moment and thinks about it for a second and says, I have noticed a rather unnormal vibration within the airwaves around the town as late. It's most unorthodox.
So, would your highness and your superior senses have a better idea of its point of origin?
Unfortunately, I'm not sure where it is coming from. Only that it is bothersome.
Well, hopefully we will soon find its location so it stops bothering your excellency.
You do that. If you can get rid of it, I'll put a good word on the council for you.
Nothing would give me greater pleasure, my lord.
Now, does anyone
That
want to
entire
talk?
conversation was great.
Does anyone want to talk to the faceless man while Alton's talking to the cat?
I don't think he's very conversational.
I'm guessing he speaks telepathically. Or maybe the cat speaks for him.
Well, let me pull it up.
No, he speaks in sign language. Let's be honest here.
I mean, he could.
I feel like bodyguard to bodyguard, I should just talk for the sake of like. You know,
Alright.
yeah, I'm gonna talk to him. So let's do that.
Okay.
Go, bud.
Being
No.
a, yeah,
Go
being someone who's often ignored yourself, you have an idea of how you could communicate with this person. So,
Yes, no, I'm completely ignored. Being faceless myself.
which you're not actually faceless. You're just the more like you're so generic looking and so unnoticeable that you're just not noticed.
I am average. I love it.
All right, so what do you? He kind of like gives you a nod as you approach him.
So, buddy, I'm sure you've heard the airwave recently. How droll that man sounds. Can't be having that anymore. You know anything that's been happening?
I can't hear you very well. There's a lot of static.
That's me trying to keep my phone fully.
Yeah, you're good.
Can you, hang on. I gotta redo this now.
You're good.
So, hey, buddy. Notice that you've been serving, Lord Golden Whisker or whatever his name is, and, I'm sure you've come across a little bit more rumors than he has, but about the, recent airwaves problem we have. You know, swap stories, see if we can't get something, going so we can fix this problem here.
In his own weird way, he communicates back to you, and basically he says, well, I personally don't really know too much, but I do know that you could go speak to Mr. Charlie after you've gathered enough, what you believe to be enough information, and he could direct you towards where you could figure that all that out. He seems to know stuff.
Mr. Charlie. Thank you, Chief.
You can find him in Quick Wit Alley.
Quick Wit Alley, fantastic. Looks like that'll be our next location, and next time I see you at the bar, I'll buy you a drink.
He just gives you a blank stare.
I
I don't think
understand.
he's able to drink it.
You
I
can't drink
fully
anything.
understand the reason why, but I do not care. I am cynical. I am rebellious. I am a jerk-off,
All right.
and proud of it.
So, what are the characters you want to approach and discuss and talk with? Or if you want to move on, you can say that too. But
So,
What does our bodyguard tell us what
Oh, yeah.
he heard?
Oh yeah, no, we gotta go talk to Charlie down in Quick Wit Alley.
Alton Vire, you know Charlie. You and him are not on good terms, given that you're the most legal person here, and he is less than legal and deals with
Oh,
shady
joy.
businesses.
I'm just thinking to myself, I really don't want. There's got to be a better source of information than that unreliable thing. There has got to be a better source of information than that.
Well,
And
you know what to say.
I
The
say,
Mr. Vire, if you will, you gotta realize that the underground has ears everywhere, whereas most of the people in the council aren't gonna hear everything.
that, my friend, is where you are absolutely mistaken. And I'm going to stare at you very intently. They know.
They know everything.
Peepers gives a very slow blink.
Can't know everything.
That's when I.
Otherwise, why would Charlie know something and the council doesn't?
Well, it would be less of Charlie knows and the council doesn't, and more of so Charlie knows and is more willing to share about that knowledge.
Oh, that's the real answer. That is the real answer.
Willing
It's
to
like,
share at what
no,
cost?
So what this is about is really that the radio station hasn't paid its taxes yet. That's what you're
Well, you
telling me.
know, it could be true. I didn't look into that before coming over. It could be true, and we'll have to find out. So
That's
I
a-
would say
that's a
that-
weird
I would say
public-
who are the other people here? Not the face.
So there's still the purple cloud of haze, the
The screaming
skeleton,
sponge.
and the screaming sponge. Yeah.
Screaming sponge just sounds great. It's just me. Ah! Ah!
I guess I'll go talk to the screaming
I'm
sponge.
going to go over to the screaming sponge and yell at it.
So Alton yells. He goes.
Back and forth for about 10 minutes before nothing else happens.
The sponge eventually calms down with like a lot of like rapid breathing. You don't know how he's breathing.
You just see it expand and contract.
Pretty much. Yeah. He's going.
So, what do you know?
I saw this really weird librarian dog thing. It looked like a baby with its it looked like a baby librarian with its clawed legs and tentacles over its head, and those dark blue eyes. Wait, librarians don't have blue eyes, do they? Anyways, it was chasing me until someone else yelled at it, and then it drew its attention away.
Did you say librarian?
Do you have a book?
No? Why would I have that?
Good, good. They won't be able to find you if you don't have one of those. So, if I were you, I'd stop screaming and go hide. The librarians.
You see a cloud of dust.
If the librarians are on their tail, there's something to know.
Well, he made a good. He did point out like he put out like what do you call it? Tentacles all over its head and deep dark blue eyes, which, to your knowledge, none of the librarians have deep dark blue eyes.
Yeah, that's the part that didn't jive. It's like, okay, not affiliated with the librarian.
Do all librarians have the tentacles on their head?
Most
Not
do.
on- not on their
some
head.
Some of them share them, and others choose to wear hats or cloaks. You know, although the mysterious cloak figures are completely different.
Of course they are.
So now we're dealing with Mr. Blue Eyes. Great.
So which character's next?
Purple cloud.
Skeleton.
All hail the glow cloud.
I was gonna say, let's go talk to the sentient fart cloud.
All right. So you approach
And I'm
this.
going to approach it with literally that. All hail the glow cloud.
The purple haze kind of like looks like turns around and goes, "All hail, darling." He goes, "Oh, look at you all fancy. You look so
Have you
nice."
felt the new vibrations that seem to be disturbing the airwaves?
Oh, I don't know about any vibrations, darling, but I have heard someone whispering sweet nothings into my ear. I'm flattered someone's interested, but I'm a taken woman. Besides, I can make out. All I can make out is the number 37. Probably some address or time they want to go on a date with me on.
From what direction?
I just hear in my head, darling. Do you not hear voices in your head?
Can't
Try
say
not
I
to.
do.
You try to.
That's what the alcohol is for.
No.
Silence the voices.
So, knowing that, so I'm going to say the number 37. We'll have to remember that. And I'm going to say that I'm sure that we will find where these good vibrations are coming from soon enough. But the number 37, gotta remember that.
Can I send peepers to try and look for that specific number if it's on any building or any structure?
He can fly around, but this is a big, big town. He's gonna be looking at a long time.
Alright, never mind. Is there a number 37 on the headphones that we have?
Nope.
Interesting.
I think that was the last one we needed to talk to, wasn't it?
There's a skeleton.
Yeah, skeleton man.
I'm gonna walk up to the skeleton man because why not?
Because
All right.
John Boneman.
Actually, his name
And
is
I'm
Jack.
going- I'm
Actually, his
gonna
name is
clatter my
Jack
teeth
Bones
together.
Mahoney.
I'm gonna clatter my teeth together to indicate my desire to talk.
He pauses his trumpet, kind of like tips his hat to you, and goes, "Hello, good sir. How may I help you?"
Well, that's a fantastic tune you're playing.
Thank you,
I'm
sir.
wondering if you've heard anything about the new vibrations that seem to be messing with the radio waves. That that I'll put in a good word for you if you can help us solve the problem. I'll put in a good word for you to be on the next weather segment.
Ooh, I would like that much. Unfortunately, I'm not sure about the broadcasting, but I have noticed that something is off with the air. My music comes and goes randomly. Listen, he starts playing, and after about 2 minutes, all of a sudden, you stop hearing the sound music, no matter how much he plays, and then randomly just comes right back, and he's like, "See?
Can I put on the headphones while he's playing to see if I still hear it, even though it's not being heard?
As soon as you put the
out loud?
headphones on, you hear nothing. No talking, no sounds around you, no music, nothing.
Okay.
So he plays again, demonstrates again. He goes, "It's almost as if I'm hearing a different, it's almost as if I'm doing, like I'm hearing a different world in this place. It's really far out, man."
That is unique. All right, so when his music stops, I'd like to roll my weird
Okay,
because I'm betting I'm one of the only ones who has it
you are.
because I'm tuned into the council. And let's see, is a story point going to help me at all here is the question.
You could roll it with specialization.
That doesn't help me any because I don't have any. I have one rank in the skill.
Well, if I remember
but
correctly,
you
if you roll
roll
it with
any-
specialization, you gain. Well, no, that's not edge.
No, I would need something like edge for that to help.
Yeah, I corrected myself on that. I don't think it would work in this. I don't think story point would help you in this situation.
All right. Well, I was thinking about it, and it's like, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. All right. So, however, I rolled an 18 on my weird. Let's see if I get it all the way to. Yep, a 20.
There you go.
Nice.
So as you're listening to him playing his music, you do feel, as you're focusing more and more on this, you do feel like there is something in the area, and you almost hear a sound of some sort every time his music stops, but you can't quite make it out.
You just watch as Alton closes his eyes and vibes with the music that isn't playing anymore. And then I'm gonna point in the direction it's pulling me towards, and we're gonna go that way.
Break the Charlies.
And my luck, that's exactly right.
I take the headphones off and go, what?
Later, at Quick Wit Alley, it is a pretty narrow, mostly dark, with a single overhead lamp lighting the center of the area. There are dumpsters, boxes, a few other such things. You see what looks to be a scarecrow by the light, wearing a wide-brimmed hat, a trench coat, and boots, with a bag slung over his shoulders. Alton Vire immediately clocks him in as Charlie.
Yep, that's Charlie.
That's it.
Charlie notices you guys coming.
Wait. Charlie's a scarecrow.
Yep.
Yep. Charlie and I don't get along. And I'm gonna...
Is it because he reminds you of yourself?
No, I'm a lot more substantive than he is.
Charlie sees you guys. Okay.
I'm gonna walk over to Charlie like, you still owe me $20.
That's
what this is about.
What?
Charlie looks over and he's like, "Oh, not you."
It's over $20.
He refused to pay his fines, and I owed him. I forked him over. In my first day on the job, I forked this guy over $20 to cover his fine, and he ain't never paid me back.
That sounds like an issue, not an issue me. We need information.
Yeah, and you still owe me.
Charlie just rolls his eyes and
you
Charlie just rolls his eyes and he's like, if I give you $30, will you please leave me alone after this?
Absolutely not. Just do a comeback.
He's like, oh, okay, well then, gives you the finger.
But in this circumstance, you might be a useful scumbag. I bet you know more than you're telling me and anybody else.
He's like,
about what's
excuse
going on with
me.
radio waves.
Excuse me, I am always a useful scumbag. Thank you very much.
At least he admits he's a scumbag now.
And I'm going to say, and I'm going to look at him. All right, so you know that the dulcet tones of our local radio host are being interfered with something.
Yeah, of course I do.
And as much as I'd love for him to actually clean up his act and stop criticizing the council, he hasn't used this. So
You just take me opinions like that, man. America.
Not America.
no, this is Night Vale.
Yeah.
This is Halloween.
This is Night Vale, where if we want you to have an opinion, we'll issue it to you.
Oh, so Russia got it.
Russia wishes it had the sheriff's secret police working for them. But that's neither here nor there. Charlie, I know you don't want another visit from Sheriff Sam. I know you don't. So, why don't you go ahead and tell me what you want, what you know.
What you really
I'll
want.
make sure that I'll make sure that your next street corner sale of illegal invisible corn gets unnoticed.
Just like, oh my gosh. Whatever, man.
Why have some?
Wait, so that's where I've been getting it this entire time? I could have just come to the source?
I mean, who do you think? He's a scarecrow.
Yeah, he scares people off.
From the supplier of the invisible corn.
It's like,
You
yes,
don't know
that's
that-
totally the
this is-
only thing I deal in. Moving on.
I'm sure that is not the only thing you deal with.
It's like, officially,
Like I said,
it's like,
if I would-
officially, that's the only thing.
Uh-huh.
Only,
We know
only
very
going
well,
invisible.
and I'm going to definitely say, we know very well all the things you deal in, Charlie. And if you want to continue dealing in them without interference, you're going to tell me what I need to know.
Ugh, fine. So essentially, he gives you the summary of what he knows, which isn't too much more than what you already heard. He is gathering a lot of intel, but a lot of it's just bits and pieces. He tells you that if you take this information, you could go to one of two places to try and glean more information from everything overall. And you could probably find out exactly what's going on. Option A is you could go to the library.
That's dangerous.
He's like,
But-
he looks
Sometimes
at,
it's the best way to find
he looks
the
at Alton
answer.
and goes, yeah, that's the dangerous and legal option. It's like, the safer and illegal option is going to the Museum of Forbidden Technologies and using the technology to find out exactly what wave pattern and where location is and all that kind of stuff. So you can either be dangerous or illegal. Your choice.
I vote for illegal. I want
I would rather not get arrested.
The Scarecrow goes, oh, it's
I
fine. You have Alton
this-
Vire,
I'm
one of
not
the
the one who got the
councilmen
arrest.
with you. It'll be totally legal if he's taking charge of it all. Right, mister, I'm in charge of everyone.
As future council member, and yes,
Well, there you have it.
the presence of authority makes many things legal.
There you
I can
go.
write exemptions as I need to.
Then what will it be, Mr. Alton Vire? Are you going to take these lads down to the librarians and get them all fed to the beast? Or will you go to the Museum of Technologies and bend the rules to work with some illegal technology and find out the stats?
I'm gonna contemplate that for a moment. You see, my new friends here could certainly. This one, he says, gesturing towards the. I
Colton.
keep forgetting when your character wins.
Colton King.
Thomas.
Thomas Spector, yeah.
Thomas is already. The librarians have already got his scent, though. I don't really want.
You see, that makes him good bait.
Yeah, I don't want. But he's also the one I don't want. The one who's most likely able to fix whatever's wrong if we figure it out.
Well, then it sounds like
All right, fine. The Museum of Forbidden Technology it is.
Excellent. You'll probably need some of this, he says, holding out a cassette tape and a few pictures.
And I swipe them. I'm confiscating.
Oh, sure you are. Sure you are.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to look at the rest of them. It's like, you don't know this man, and nothing that was discussed in this alley happened. Let's go.
Of course not.
As you guys are going out, he just like shouts over to Colton, going like, "So Tuesday, imaginary corn."
Wednesday.
Ah,
Tuesday
gotcha.
for tacos.
So, and I'm going to say, the character is whipping out another piece of forbidden technology, which I have permits for, a notebook and paper, and I am writing up a permit.
Another permit.
Yep.
A permit to go into the
To go
forbidden
into the
area.
Museum of Forbidden Technology and make use of the technologies there. And I'm going to forge the appropriate signatures. Because of course we know how to do that.
Of course.
We're councilmen. Of course we forge each other's signatures.
Exactly. Who do I not like this week? I'm going to stick it on them. And we're going to the Museum of Forbidden Technology.
No need to sneak through the gift shop. You just walk right through the door, showing the guard the permit.
Yep. We're on about council business.
I'm just here to shoot people who try and walk away with stuff.
Yeah.
My
Walking
ultimate
into
job.
the main exhibit hall.
You don't.
There
If you didn't buy
are
it from the museum gift shop, you can't take it out. That's
There-
the rules.
there are countless exhibits of forbidden technologies, all covered in tarps, and every single plaque has been scraped, scrubbed, and no information on them allowed to be read or known. However, you also know that these technologies are vital to what's really going on, so
Yep, I'm going to gesture towards them. I'm like, you're a graduate of the University of what it is. Surely you know which one of these we need.
indeed Thomas does.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I know nothing about these doohickeys.
alright, so let's see.
We're going to the gift shop.
So there are 4 technologies that you're going to be using. The etheric and dimensional oscilloscope. I don't know how to pronounce that really.
Oscilloscope.
Okay, there you go. There you go, you're doing your job. The whisper coil decryptor. The subvisual alternative lens. And the pulsaric interference triangular. One device is used to decipher the readings of the radio equipment that you got earlier. One of them is deciphering audio clips. One is deciphering visual photographs. And the last one is designed to help triangulate position, like wavelength positionings and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So roll your technology roll to see how well you do.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
If he's not specialized in it, this might be a good opportunity for a story point.
Well, actually, I am.
Yeah, this would be a good time for a story point. Is there a machine in here that can get me a coffee from Detroit, though? It's a nice coffee shop that I always remembered back then.
I'm going to look at you and say, Detroit's a myth. So is Michigan.
You keep that in mind.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
specialized.
until recently, walking skeletons were a myth to me. What do you mean?
Colt, to give a recap, Colton's
How
the
long have you?
Colton's the I'm from out of town character.
Oh, okay. That's why he believes it. Got it.
So,
What's the roll?
I do specialize in technology, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do I need to?
So D20 plus the D2, D4, and D6.
Okay. And how does the D2 work? How is that actually does that work?
Either either flip a coin or roll any die and use the lower or higher numbers. So, for example, if I rolled a D6, 1 to 3 would be a 1, and 4 to 6 would be a 2.
And then you take the highest one from those 3 dice that you roll.
Yes.
Okay.
Remember, anyone who has at least 1 rank in technology can give assistance to him.
I don't deal in that forbidden stuff.
I do not.
Well, you could use
God, no.
a story point to gain specialization in that role.
That will, again, not help if you have no ranks in it whatsoever.
Okay.
Dang. Okay, I got 4. A 5. And a 1. And
what's your roll for a D20?
another 1.
What'd you roll for a D20, Winston?
A 4.
Oh. He's not doing well on
Also
this.
9.
Fortunately, that
This
doesn't
way
that does not pass the check. The test.
Dang.
This would be a time to use the story point.
Okay.
The problem is the story point in this situation would help if he rolled a 1, not a 4.
I'm gonna go ahead and flex the rules a little bit and just let him re-roll this.
Does everyone have the same story points?
Everyone starts out with 1, and you gain a story point every time you have a you roll a 1, or you have a great idea, or if you're doing great roleplay.
I see.
Which, speaking of which, Alton Vire, you get a story point. I'm not used to inspiration and that kind of stuff. I have a hard time keeping track of everything. So I try to keep track of it, but
Alton Vire being the face of the party is perfect. Me being the sarcastic asshole is actually just who I am normally.
But this is the thing, is that the sheet said I'm the talker. That's what I'm doing, and
Yeah,
I
no,
know
that's perfect.
what the city council knows, which is everything.
I got 13 this time.
okay, that succeeds. Okay, so okay, so testing with the oscilloscope, whatever.
So
Yeah.
Oscilloscope.
The radio waves are being pulled into another dimension entirely. Not the other world, but somewhere beyond most mortal comprehension. Using the Whisper Coil decryptor. So I'm going to give you 3 recordings you can choose from. Recording 1... I'm gonna let you choose 3 of the recordings that I'm gonna give you. So there's Jerry, Mr. Penumbra, the High Counselor Golden Claws, Mary, Jack Bones Mahoney, and Marl. You can choose between those 6.
Jerry was the intern.
Sorry, you can choose 3 of those 6. My bad.
we definitely want to choose the councilman's one.
Okay.
And the bone.
Because God forbid having any information on the councilman is valuable information, right, Mr. Councilman?
So I have
I
one
have
for
no idea what you're talking about.
I have one for the counselor. I have one for Bones. So 1 more.
Oh, what about?
Well, Jerry was the intern, right?
Jerry's the intern. Yeah.
He knows nothing. I would do Jerry, but perhaps.
Can you? I was just to ask a question if you could repeat the other.
Jerry,
2 options
High
we have.
Counselor, Mary, Jack Bones, and Marl.
Who's
Charlie
Marl?
Charlie did not record himself. Marl's the screaming sponge.
I don't think we spoke to Mary, did we?
It's just a bunch of screaming still.
Do you want to check that?
Uh,
I really don't.
oh no, wait. Mary was the woman who said
Yeah, she was the
that she heard the
purple
number
haze, yeah.
37 in her head.
Yeah.
Maybe Mary would be a good option.
Mary probably would be a good option.
All right. So, putting the audio through the Golden Claws, you almost hear snoring in the background, but then you start hearing a growl interrupted, and then it cuts off. For Mary, the Purple Haze, you essentially hear not 37, but 87 on repeat before you at some point start hearing 87 AM. And hearing that number and the words AM, the letters AM, Thomas, you clock that as that's the channel the Night Vale community plays on. And then for Jack Bones Mahoney, whenever Jack's music stops, you can hear it in the background, distorted and mixed with some sort of singing that makes you dizzy, but you can hear it.
Wow.
And then same list of characters, but this time for their photographs.
We could just do all 3 again.
The same ones.
Yeah, may as well do it the same 3.
This is Night Vale, doesn't have to be the same 3. All right. So for the Counselor Golden Claws, if you look very closely at the photo, you will see a nebulous eye slowly opening in the background. When I say slowly opening, I mean while the rest of the frame is still, that eye is slowly opening in the background,
Oh.
like moving on the picture.
All right.
For Mary's, you see a smashed radio, likely due to the tentacle you see rising from the center of it. And for Jack Bones Mahoney, you almost see a female silhouette behind him.
Does the female silhouette look like Barry?
No. Last piece of technology, the triangulator. Essentially, what you're able to discern is that the broadcasting is being... whatever's causing the broadcasting issues is coming from, according to your readings, Thomas, a dimensional rift just outside of Night Vale on one of the plateaus.
Oh. That's not good.
Now, in order to open that rift, there's two methods you could use. One would be magical, one would be technological. It is up to your choice of how you devise to get into there, but you do need to get the resources for getting in.
Okay.
I don't think we have any sort of magical abilities, do we?
Bloodstone
No.
rituals.
That you know about.
He's from the Counselor. Of course, he's dabbling into black magic.
Dabbling implies that I don't already have my 3rd-degree bloodstone sorcery. But I would look at what I'll say. Magic has costs and dangers associated with it as surely as forbidden technology. So, do you believe, Thomas, that you can get this dimensional portal to open the proper passageway? Or do I need to go and get my bloodstones?
I think I can do it.
I mean, we already have permits to use this technology, so...
A piece of forbidden technology is going on a piece of forbidden technology and producing permits to use another forbidden piece of technology.
So much forbidden technology. It's almost as if
it's forbidden to you, not to me.
I was about to say, it's almost as if the council doesn't follow its own rules.
You're beginning to learn.
So you guys are going to go the technology route?
Yep.
So, and so then, identify the piece of technology you need.
Oh, Thomas knows exactly where he can probably get the technology. They just need to go to Thaddeus and Thor's general store.
Okay.
Oh, so it's not here in the museum?
Correct.
We can't just rob the museum.
I would not recommend you do so.
Yeah, even Alton's
it wouldn't be robbing
influence
if
has
you're
limits.
here, would it?
It's not robbing, it's borrowing. But if the piece of technology is not here,
Can't you just write a permit saying we'll be back soon?
I could.
Just put a will return eventually.
I could. I don't think if the technology isn't here though. If it's at the general store, we have to go to the general store.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, why is there a piece of forbidden technology at the general store?
That's a good question, which I intend to get an answer to.
Onwards.
Yep.
All right.
Forward foe.
All right, so you can either walk or you can drive. That is your choice.
Depends on how far away it is.
It's about an hour or two walk.
I mean, I have skills in driving cars and trucks, so I can just drive a truck. Everyone pile in.
Yeah.
All right, so who's sitting in the passenger seat and who's sitting in the back of the truck?
Shotgun.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get moving.
Is
If
a
I'm,
car
if I'm in the back of the truck, I'm going to be waving to all my future voters.
Do I have to roll anything to drive the vehicle?
No, not unless something like interesting happens.
I was gonna say this is like the Pope Mobile at this point.
So, as you're driving, Peepers starts flopping beside you and is kind of like giving you warning signs of something's approaching.
Alright. I give it a little pat. Good peepers.
Peeper flies out over to Thomas and Alton, trying to give them the same message.
Okay. What is it? What is it?
He says something's approaching.
I pull my gun.
Alright.
I say nothing because that's going to be that's definitely permitted technology.
What? Bullet?
Oh, can I gain idea of what direction this is from?
Yeah, you guys. So Alton, Vire, and Thomas, you see it first because it's coming from the back end. I'm going to send a picture to you guys on group chat, and then I'm going to show the audience what these things look like. Let me scroll down.
Sorry for everyone looking at my finger as I switch to the group chat.
This is what it looks like, guys.
What is that?
Oh. Looks like a little hermit crab.
That looks cuddly.
Yeah, well, that cuddly-like thing and its writhing tentacles is really, really running towards you guys and is keeping up with the car, catching up quick.
I guess this is Blue Eyes that was mentioned.
Yeah,
earlier.
it's definitely got blue eyes. It doesn't look like another librarian. So
It looks
And-
like a head crab with tentacles.
And there's about 5 of them.
Oh,
There was 5. Did they all Blue Eyes or just later?
They all have blue eyes.
Oh.
Time to roll initiative, everyone.
oh.
How did you do so?
Initiative is another skill. If you look at it on your skill sheet, it'll be under speed, I believe. Yeah, initiative, and you'll have, so roll it like any other skill. If you're unskilled in it, you roll disadvantage or snag. If you have any ranks, you add that to it.
yeah, that's funny.
What's funny?
I have no ranks whatsoever in that. That is going to be a big fat 5 from me.
I got a 6.
I got a 27.
Oh. Nice.
I got 6 and
Which is even funnier because I'm using my funny die for that. So it was just like, yeah!
6 and a 2, so I got an 8.
Alright. So let me just double check everything real quick. Make sure I have this right.
I think I'm going first.
Oh yeah, you're definitely going first.
I think so.
Okay, so good news. None of you are hindered action-wise. So everyone has 1 standard action, 1 move action, and 1 free action. I'm going to list real quick all of what each action consists of. Standard action includes attack, defend, lend assistance, sprint, use a skill, use a perk or power that uses a standard action. Move action, it's pretty self-explanatory. You move up to your maximum movement. You can increase it by also using your free action or standard action to move as well. Free actions include opening or closing a door, using a simple item, aiming, pushing yourself, finding specific item or in a backpack or container, picking up a few small items, and that kind of stuff. and there are different things that you can use to increase or upshift or downshift the scale. Again, to explain the shifting, if you look at the second sheet, the shift ladder, if I say it shifts up, if you were a D6, you'll be using a D8 in that instance.
Okay.
All right, Colton, you go first.
Hey, I'm going to calmly roll down the window because it's probably not our car at this point. We have not established that is this our car or not, but because it probably isn't, I'm going to roll down the window calmly, lean out, and start popping shots off at some of these things.
All right, so roll. What do you call it? Roll targeting versus their evasion.
I'm specialized in this with bullet. Hang on, I gotta find another D4. You know what? I don't have a D8, so. That is 15.
All right. 15 does hit it.
Phenomenal.
So you see one of the crawlers get shot in the leg, and it quickly skitters off to the side. You now have 4 to worry about. And they are closing in fast. Speaking of which, because it's the crawler's turn next, the rest of the crawlers don't attack you because they use their full turn to sprint and essentially jump on, like either jump onto or run along the side of the truck. So Alton and Thomas, you have 2 of these things in front of you. And Colton and Dusty Wicks, you both see one on your side. So Thomas, what do you do?
I take out my mace.
When he says mace, he's not talking about the swinging mace. He's talking about spray.
Pepper spray.
I was about to say, nerdy guy with a lump of metal on a stick. This is fantastic.
I wish it was an actual mace. Now, but
All right, go ahead, Thomas.
Okay, wait. Yeah. So we're sitting in the back of the truck, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And like it's bed of a truck, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And is my back towards the
glass, yeah.
towards the cab? Okay, cool. Okay. I started spraying my mace.
All right.
Not the eyes.
Go ahead and roll finesse, I believe it is, for this one.
My eyes.
Finesse. Yeah, I got.
Yeah, finesse, which you have 2 ranks in.
Two rings. Okay, so I do. $17.
That hits.
What does it do?
You say you spray and you essentially deal 1 acid damage to its face.
Okay.
You see it kind of like scramble and then hit the side of the truck, bounces out, and falls onto the ground.
That actually worked.
Dusty Wicks,
Yep.
what do you do as the
Okay.
driver?
Is the thing clinging to the door?
It's not clinging to the door yet. It's running alongside, but looks like it's about to jump onto.
Hit it with the truck. Hit it with the truck. We both had the same idea.
Yeah, you might swing the truck and smack it.
Am I able to do that?
Yeah, you're the driver.
Yeah.
You're the driver.
Everyone else is gonna have to make a reflex save, but yeah.
Alright, I guess I'll do that. I'll just
All right, roll a driving check. Roll a driving skill check. Or test. Still getting used to the analogy of everything. Terminology, there we go.
That's a 7.
7?
Yep.
Did you roll a 1 on any of those?
No, I did not.
Are you going to bend the rules? Because this would be a great time for a story point.
Yes.
Well, I think this is actually a perfect opportunity to describe a failing forward moment.
Alright.
So failing forward is a moment where you fail at the goal you wanted to do, but you still get something out of it.
Okay.
So essentially what's going to happen is the car is going to hit the side of the building, and the creature essentially ducked underneath the truck. The creature is going to scramble away. You scared it off. But the truck is kind of like stuck in the building now.
Okay, hold on. How fast were we going?
Normal
The
speed
truck
limit.
is now stuck in the...
So we were going 25 miles per hour.
That's still not a happiness moment.
It's definitely not.
You realize that there are 2 people in the back without a seatbelt. One person hanging out the window without a seatbelt. And one person in the driver's seat that just went from 25 miles per hour to 0.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do is I want Alton Vire, Thomas, and Colton Kane to roll acrobatics.
Freaking hell, that's not gonna work.
Acrobatics or athletics of your choice.
Well, okay, athletics is mildly better.
Athletics, because I am Colton Kane and I can actually not die this way.
Thomas?
I got nothing in either of those.
Roll a d20 with a snag.
Future Councilman Vire will not be dying ignominiously in this situation.
But he does have a bruise on his head.
Yes, he will definitely have a nice shiny bruise, and next time I'm driving.
Actually, you know what?
Sorry!
Not only is it a shiny bruise, it is like perfectly aligned. It adds to your appearance. It somehow makes you look better.
Well, because of course it does.
Colton,
It's
how
a
do you fare?
battle move. Colton Kane's fine.
What was that?
Colton Kane is fine.
Oh, he's fine.
I rolled
Thomas, how are you doing?
50.
I
rolled a 3.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Thomas flies out of the back of the truck and gets 1 point of damage as he rolls on the ground on the asphalt.
I only have 2 points of life, so I can't get any more hits.
And we've still got those things chasing us, I bet.
Well, we already drove
need
off
to
2.
go
There's only 2 left. But yeah,
Okay.
And the one that's in did the one that's in the truck save too? Because he also went from 25.
that is
to
a good
0
point.
really
That is a
quickly.
good point. Hold on, let me roll for that.
Yeah.
Nope, he flew out too.
So just one to deal with.
Yep, just 1 more to deal with.
Colton, I think you'll be able to handle that one, right?
Yeah. Where'd you learn to drive anyway?
Self-taught.
It shows.
I mean, it's Becky Wick, the farmer. Of course they know.
You grew up with tractors, not trucks. Apparently.
All right, Colton.
Anyway,
make your roll.
isn't it? Didn't Alton Vire not go yet?
I I'm at the bottom of the initiative. I automatically fail initiative checks.
Yeah, the only reason he's not really going is because everyone kind of got stunned from that little.
Yeah, so skip me. I had a car crash happen.
So we went back to the top of initiative. Colton, you're up.
All right, I'm just gonna pop a few shots into this head crab.
Roll
here.
targeting.
Roll shooty gangbang. Give me a second. I gotta gather all the dice. Oh, that hits. I don't even have to calculate it because I just rolled a 17 on the one. So.
All right, you shoot it.
That's it.
You shoot it. It flies off, and then it starts scurrying away. You drove all 5 of them off.
Yay.
We need another car.
I pull the magazine out, make sure I still have bullets in it, and just slide it back in and holster it.
And with that, you guys find another vehicle and finish driving your way like it's a normal day in Night Vale.
It's a normal day in Night Vale.
Normal day in Night Vale. We just didn't commit 2 grand theft autos in the name of the council.
We can borrow Councilman Vinston's Aston Martin. I'm sure he has a bad habit of leaving the keys in it.
Can I drive it at least?
Do you drive better than Dusty Wicks does?
Fair.
I can drive faster than Dusty Wicks does. Does that count?
All right, so you eventually reach Thaddeus and Thor's general store. The bell over the door emits a roar rather than a chime as you step in. Inside, you find a vast amount of shelves and counters ranging from the most generic goods to the most impossibly specific products. From unmarked cans to half-used light bulbs, a glass case with what appears to be a still-beating heart wrapped in a receipt tape, snacks, sodas, batteries, any seemingly broken watches, baseballs, supplies, a white and pink... No, you already have that, never mind. And behind the main counter sits a 2-headed dragon, one half red, one half blue, with 2 name tags, Thaddeus and Thor. There are 3 doors in the back, one being the restroom, and the other 2 being employee-only, except the right employee-only room has no less than 42 locks on it.
Thaddeus, how goes the day?
Before you speak up, as soon as you guys step in, you hear Thor screaming, "Customers! Customers! Thaddeus, we have customers! Don't move anywhere, you guys. I know exactly what you need. Check this out. I know it just looks like a salt shaker, but it doubles as a maraca. Eh? How does that set?" Gets smacked on the head by Thaddeus with a newspaper. And he goes, ignore him, mortals. Welcome to Thaddeus and Thor's general store, where the prices are reasonable and the goods are harder to prove exist. So then, what can we actually get? Oh, Alton Vire, how are you doing today?
I've had better days, but then again, I've had worse. I was going to ask, my colleague here, gesturing towards Thomas, needs some rather specific stuff. And I know there's no place better to find it than Thaddeus and Thor's general store.
We have it all, even if you can't prove it.
Oh, I have no idea what we do and don't have, and I don't want to know specifics. Plausible deniability and all that.
Exactly. Now then, what did you need, Thomas Spector?
I tell them exactly what I need.
So Thomas tells him that he needs a dimensional stabilizer, dimensional frequency modulator, quantum anchor, and triangulation radar. And they just kind of look at each other at the moment.
Yeah, whatever those are.
And then look back at you, and Thaddeus goes, "I'm afraid stuff like that we can't actually help you since we don't, own anything like that. But if we had something like that, if you had a code to give, then..."
And then I'm going to just gesture for Thaddeus to come closer to me.
He does.
And I'm going to whisper into his ear the secret draconic language proof that I have the council's authority to get whatever the hell I want from here. It sounds like I'm doing a lot of hissing.
Too.
It sounds like I'm doing a lot of hissing and snarling. But, and then
he pulls his head back and he goes, "All right this way, gentlemen." While he's-
council, I do what I want.
While he's walking over there, Thor is like looking around the sewer, trying to see if anyone else is there. As soon as they've made sure no one else is there, presses a button and the sign switches from open to close. He unlocks every one of the locks and opens the door. Once you're inside the back room, you see all sorts of contraband, from books which are all books and pens and all that kind of stuff are locked behind special blood-sealed cases to prevent the scent of them from getting out. And right next to them, or by the way, are cases of librarian repellent.
No. Can I have one of those?
You see a couple of calculators, technologies, some crates of imaginary corn, other such thing. And they pull up the equipment that you're looking for, and they go, "All right, so this is the price for them," he says, and the price tag kind of like makes all of you kind of like drop your jaw a little bit. And they go, "But if you can't pay it out of cash, we can work something out."
I'm going to whip out a checkbook that has the city council's branding on it and cut him a check for a ridiculous amount of money. and it's going to be charged to the Night Vale Express expense account. And it's one of those things of, yes, I'm going to have to answer for that in my expense account later. They'll thank me once Cecil is working his magic again.
Snatches the check out and he goes, "Thank you for the purchase. That's just a generous offer. Thank you very much. You want a gift wrapper?"
I included enough extras for my 3 bloodstone order so that I can take that as well today. Just in case his method doesn't work.
They give you the 3 bloodstones, yeah. Alright.
And I put that case inside my suit jacket pocket. Just in case.
That concludes our business.
I need the librarian repellent.
They kind of look over there. They go look over you, and they're like, "That's not for sale. That is strictly for our defense purposes."
I've been asking for it for the last 3 years. Don't count on it. They don't sell the formula either.
Why not? If they're not going to sell the product and they're not going to sell the formula, what point do they have it in their store?
They have it in their store to keep librarians out.
That's what guns are for.
Okay, so like Thaddeus and Thor.
Stop it, take a moment. You've never tried using a gun on a librarian before.
Thaddeus and Thor both look at Colt and Kane, going like, "You've never seen a librarian before, have you?"
No, I don't read. That shit's nerds.
That is probably the safest policy for you.
Yeah, Thaddeus and Thor look at Alton. They're like, "Has he been through the brainwashing already, or?"
I'm gonna check his records after this. I'm pretty sure that he needs a reconditioning.
There is no war in Bossing, say.
Right.
And with that, you guys make
there is no dissent in Night Vale.
Yeah. With that, you guys make your way out of Night Vale, over to the plateau, according to your readings. Whether you drive or walk, upon exiting the borders of Night Vale, you quickly spot the plateau the readings are leading you to. Across the mostly barren fields, the cliffside of the plateau looks to be approximately 25 feet high in the air. And strangely, there appears to be multiple human-sized boulders stuck in the side of the cliffside at varying heights and positions.
Perfect for climbing.
I'm gonna have keepers fly around to see if we can spot anything that can be useful.
Unfortunately, he is not.
Okay.
So, Mr. Blue Eyes, can you tell where we're supposed to actually be, or are we just hoping that it's in this exact location that we open the door?
The readings are showing that...
I'm going to use my weird skill again.
Okay.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah. and I'm going to eyes roll up into the back of my head. I'm going to start convulsing a little bit, try to get a sense of where this portal is.
That's
Go ahead and
perfectly
roll.
normal.
I put a popsicle stick in his
I'd
mouth
like
to make sure he
I'd
doesn't
like
swallow
to
his
take-
tongue.
I'd like to take edge on this roll if possible.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep. That will do quite nicely. 20 between the 4 on the D4 and the 16 on my die roll.
Ooh.
Nice.
So you get a vibe of like where the rift is. It is on top of the plateau, and you've essentially linked to it mentally, so you're able to identify where it is exactly as soon as you're up there. But you also kind of like get a certain feeling in the air, and your eyes gravitate towards the boulders, and you get a feeling those aren't actually boulders. Those are probably cliff climbers.
Don't touch that boulder, or that boulder.
But this is actually one of the rare instances in which case these creatures are not hostile unless you attack them.
And then I'm going to go up to them and use the secret rock tongue to persuade them to help us get up the cliff.
Roll persuasion check. Or test.
So, this is a negotiation, so I hope my specialization applies.
Yep.
All right.
When he's doing that, I'm just gonna take my grappling hook, swing it right up there, and I'm just gonna start climbing.
I've got 19 on my persuasion.
Ooh.
All right. You see, so essentially what you're looking at here is the boulder kind of lifts up a little bit as it's kind of like think of like hermit shell kind of vibe, as like its clawed legs pop out for a second, and it's ready for this. So its head comes out, and essentially this thing looks like a mix between a crab and a slug, but it's only slimy on the bottom half of its body, as its eyes just kind of like look over to Alton, and it just kind of like does that blink, and it's kind of like giving you a vibe of like, yeah, you can jump on my shell, I don't care.
And then I will say, Dusty and Thomas, there's room enough on him for all 3 of us. Follow me.
As Colton Kane is climbing with
I
his
literally
grappling
climb on the back of a boulder. and like I just take a seat at the front of its shell, like there's no big deal. As the thing starts climbing.
All aboard.
Which, interestingly enough, Dusty Wicks, who has ranks in animal handling, could have done the same thing too.
Well, I didn't know this was an animal, so.
It doesn't matter if it's no matter how monstrous it is, as long as it has an animal-like vibe, you should be able to roll for it. It doesn't count
okay.
just for, because again, your eyeball is considered an animal.
True.
This is Night Vale. There's a lot of weird shit.
Everything's an animal.
Embrace the weirdness.
So wait, technically a human is an animal. Would animal handling apply to humans?
No.
No. They think too much.
Anything with sentience is essentially a non-animal.
If it thinks too much, you can't use it. You can't use that to influence it.
All right, you guys have reached the top of the plateau, and again, Alton Vire, you know exactly where the rift is.
The rift is, and I will walk over to where it is and point. Set your machine up here.
All right.
Okay. I put up my set up
Are the headphones that I'm holding interacting with it in any way?
Are the what?
headphones.
The headphones, the big white headphones, are they
No.
interacting with it in any way?
No.
Okay.
I set up my equipment and start to.
You see him start
Do I-
setting up the equipment exactly 23 feet away from the point on a triangular shape. Do-do-do. And placing the anchor underneath the rift, modulator in front. And roll a technology check to get the frequency just right.
Okay. It says I have an edge for technology. What does that mean?
That means that you roll the d20 twice and use the higher number.
Okay.
And I will say this: if you use a calculator, you can shift upwards, so increase your chances of success.
Okay, I'll use the calculator.
So, all right, so you pull the calculator out, start punching the numbers.
I'm going to look at you like, you know better than to use that around anybody else, right?
Yep, that's why I waited alone.
Wait till we were out of Night Vale.
So because you're shifting it up, if I remember correctly, you have a D6 for technology. So you're going to use a D8 as well as a D2, 4, 6, and 8. Yeah. So I don't see him failing this.
Okay, I got an 8. I got an 18. I'm 18 on
Ooh.
On the 20.
on 20.
So yeah, you're good. You don't even have to roll the extra stuff.
Okay.
All right. Soon enough, you set the coordinates perfectly, and a dimensional portal opens up.
All right.
Look over to Dusty, who still has the headphones in her hand, and go, "You gonna wear those?"
Sure, I'll put them on. See what happens.
So, something tells me you should probably keep those on when we're in there. I hope you know how to speak with your hands.
All right. Stepping into the portal.
I'm going to say the man who's armed should go first, just in case there's something friendly on the other end.
I doubt they'd ambush us. They probably don't even think someone's coming yet.
Oh, I'm sure they know to expect us. The question is, how will we be received?
Not well.
First thing you notice when you walk in is the terrifying silence.
Oh.
So void of sound that you can hear the neurons firing in your brains as there's not even wind to bounce against your ears.
Wow.
Yet, you can still breathe. You don't see color at all, not even black, yet you can see normally. It's extremely dark, but you can still perceive things. You're definitely standing on something solid, but at the same time, it feels like you're not standing on anything. It looks and feels as though you're standing in a dark, winding tunnel, one with branching paths.
Oh, so we're just in the Lincoln Tunnel. No.
Do I hear anything since I have the headphones on?
If you have the headphones on, you still don't hear anything.
Okay.
The headphones are a precaution at this point.
Okay. Can I use my equipment to sense where the tell where to go?
You do have the necessary technology to. You have the triangulation radar. In order to figure out which direction you should be going, you have to essentially adjust the settings.
Okay.
So that'll be another technology check.
Okay.
Is Peepers reacting any sort of way?
Not that you can hear.
Just a blink, alright. I got a little pat on the head.
Nels is in.
$11.
Yeah, that's good enough.
11 on D20. 3 on the D6.
Yeah, you're good, dude.
Okay.
Alright, so with the coordinates set, he starts telling you guys which direction you guys should take.
Okay.
Except that the second that anyone tries to take a step forward, you find you're not moving.
Oh.
But, and I'll say, Alton Vire, you want to roll a weird check to get a vibe of this place?
Oh, yes.
We're like just in a giant loop.
No.
We're in a movie.
Ooh, that'll do. 21 with
There
a
you
natural
go.
20.
Nice. So you've clocked in exactly a little faster than even you thought you would figure it out. But essentially what's going on here is you don't move based on motor functions. Instead, you move based on your emotions. Whatever you're feeling, you move in the direction of what that emotion is towards or driving you towards. The more intense the emotion, the faster you move. So, for example, if you're feeling excitement towards a certain goal or direction, you'll move in that area. If you're terrified, you might move, away from whatever's causing that.
Well, can I figure out with that what the emotional temper I need to achieve is to move in the direction I want to go, which is towards whatever the source of the thing is?
Yeah, exactly. So it's obviously going to be different for every person because everyone has stronger emotions in different areas, but you're able to very, very easily blend in with that fact, and you're able to move as if normal because you've already mastered that technique.
Yeah, I'm thinking that my temper is going to be a degree of curiosity, because whatever's doing this is interfering with a nuisance, and I want to know how they did it and why. So
so I just get to this thing and kill it now.
Alright. So you guys start moving through it. With Altenvire kind of like guiding everyone on how you should be moving. And Altenvire, you're gonna be the first to notice this. Give me 1 second.
Because everything is weird here and I don't care.
Alright, so
this is
Altenvire,
Night Vale. Everything is weird.
with how connected you've become, with the level of attunement you've given yourself to this place, you hear it before anyone else. You hear a sort of singing in the air, and you recognize it as sirens singing.
Ooh.
Those headphones have come in use.
And you have a feeling that it's going to be that the others are going to hear it as well. Or at least, if they don't notice it, their minds are still processing that. It's not strong yet, but it's building up.
Reach backwards in the direction of Dusty the farmer.
Mm-hmm.
Tap the headphones with my fingers and gesture towards me.
Alright, I give him the headphones.
I'm going to put the headphones on because I need to keep a clear head if we're dealing with these things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going to happen to the others, and I don't particularly
All
care.
sound gone. You don't hear the siren sounds anymore.
That's what I hope. And I'm going to proceed in the direction that the sounds came from, still letting my curiosity be my guide.
It is still in the direction you guys need to be going. Eventually, you guys reach what appears to be a bridge, overheading a giant chasm that leads into a voidic space-like area.
Oh, that's typical. That's another day at Night Vale.
And just as you're about to cross it,
A troll appears.
everyone starts hearing the singing, and these,
Except me.
yeah, and all these sirens start popping up. So here is what they all look like. Altenvire, you automatically recognize that this is not what sirens typically look like. Something has twisted them into this version.
Something's not right about these critters. Okay.
What do they look like?
They're in. Oh! I thought I sent it in the group chat. My bad.
Nope.
You just sent it to Alton Fire.
You just
My
said
bad.
to me.
Here we
How
go.
would you?
There we go. There you guys go.
Ooh.
That's what they
interesting.
look like.
Wood.
Alright. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Roll initiative. There's 3 of these things.
We all have it now. All right, roll initiative, you say. Give me
Yep.
a second. Let me get back. Let me get back to my.
I don't roll initiative. I automatically fail.
Oh, you automatically failed?
You gave me
He
the
automatically
stubborn
failed it.
roll while I already had a snag.
Gotcha, yeah. So what'd you guys roll?
I'm not worried about it. I auto fail this check.
Initiative. Okay.
I got a 12.
We got an 18.
I got 3. Doggone.
Oh no.
I'm a quick boy.
What'd you roll, Dusty?
12.
Okay. And just to let you guys know, as a standard action in a turn, you are capable of re-rolling your initiative. All right, so Colton, what are you gonna do as these three are swimming through the air?
Are they close, or do I have time to pop a few shots off?
They're not on top of you; they're flying through the air out of your reach. So yeah, you.
Wait, are they flying towards us or away from us?
They're kind of swimming. They're kind of like floating, like swimming around you guys.
Listen, I'm gonna take that Borderlands 2 quest that happens. Shoot him in the face.
Roll targeting.
Not the arm. Not the leg. I have to look at this every single time. I have to pull up all my dice. Oh, that ain't good. That's a 10. I rolled low.
You miss. Dusty
My
Wicks.
bullet.
Trying to see what I can do. I mean, I have a pitchfork with a range of 10 feet, but I don't think that'll reach him.
You can throw it.
Nah. I don't want to lose it to the void.
Well, don't forget, you guys don't move via motor functions. You move via emotions. You haven't tested if that works in the air as well.
So we can fly.
In theory.
Alright, I guess I'll test it. I want to see if I can use my...
I believe I can.
I guess Dusty would just be wanting to get the heck out of here, so fear? Using her fear to just go whoop. Trying to see if she can go up in the air.
Alright, yeah, you're like, I want out of here, and you start floating in the air.
Alright, how far away are these things?
About 20 feet away from all of you.
Okay. So I got the 20 feet. I'm gonna try and stab one of them with the pitchfork.
Would you be charging one with fear? Or would you be trying to get away from them?
Well, probably. I mean, they have to be stopped somehow.
I mean, charging with fear, that is a common thing that happens in war.
Alright.
It would probably just give her something of a disadvantage when it comes to actually stabbing.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
roll
might
with
as well.
snag.
Yeah, roll with snag.
Alright. 11 and 4. 4, alright.
Listen, who do you fear more? The things that are floating towards us harmlessly right now, or the guy with the gun? I will go full commissar if people do not start fighting.
I rolled a 4. I don't know if I roll any other dice when I attack.
You're using might, so you just add a D2. But if you roll a 4, that's not going to help much.
Alright, then no, I miss.
Alright, so Siren's turn. The one that Dusty attacked makes a claw attack towards you and misses. The one that Colton attacked screams at him in response. So let's see here. That's going to be versus your willpower. And Colton's willpower is 12. Okay, so Colton,
Yeah.
you get 1 point of sonic damage.
Ow, my ears. I'm going to shoost that thing again. That one is my favorite target right now.
The third one kind of starts flying a little bit closer towards Alton Vire. And Alton, you obviously can't hear it, but it looks like it's singing towards you as it's kind of like giving you a tilted glance.
Mm-hmm. I go last in the initiative, so tell me when I can actually do something with it.
Thomas is next, and then it's your turn. Thomas, what do you want to do?
I only have what I put my hands over my ears and start and
All right, so you're just going full defense mode. Alton, your turn.
I'm going to sing back to it, asking it who hurt it, who twisted it, who made you this way, who hurt you, poor siren. Tell me, so I can heal you.
Roll persuasion.
It's gonna be me now.
So what am I rolling?
Persuasion.
Would I have edge on that?
I will take
Diplomacy, yes.
suffering from you.
How can you tell if you have
I know
edge
I'm
on
special.
something?
I'm asking if I have edge.
Oh, if you have edge on it. I would say no, not for this one.
Okay, that was the question. All right. Well, that kind of worked out. Okay, 25. That'll do.
Ooh, nice.
That'll do, Pig.
Yeah, it's like I rolled an 18 and no 24, but close enough.
Now,
Yeah,
here's my
I
question.
realized that-
Are you going to take your headphones off so you can hear her response?
I think I will. I think I'll take that chance.
Okay. Take the
I'll
headphones
believe-
off. She does not emit a siren call of control, and she does try to communicate with you. And she responds going, "The Great One has awakened. He is awakened and enraged."
Oh, great, we're dealing with Cthulhu.
Cthulhu is a myth.
So are you. What's your point?
Sorry, you.
And I will say to her, that doesn't mean you need to be enraged. Help us sing him back to sleep.
Roll. Yeah, roll. Go ahead and roll persuasion again.
All right. And that will be 21.
She emits a different singing, and the other two sirens like stop their assault and start flying away. She kind of like floats over to the center of the bridge, looks over at you, and then floats away.
You don't need to shoot everything.
Keep that up and I'm gonna shoot you.
Oh, you don't want to know how much that would just thrill me.
That would
Kill,
really
go
suck
ahead,
for you.
kill me, and it'll unlock my second council form. Maybe I'll get to take the draconic shape this time.
All right.
The great old one. They're referring to. It cannot be Cthulhu. He's a myth. But if he's awake, we need to do something about that. It probably won't be with that guy. So, follow your desire to know this truth, and we'll find him.
Okay.
You guys
And I'm
continue
gonna-
across
Yep.
the bridge, and as you reach this final dark tunnel, you enter a massive chamber, which ironically is not at all enclosed. Even looking backwards, the tunnel you were once in isn't there anymore. Instead, you are all standing mid-air amidst a void that is both empty and filled at the same time. But that's not what's important. What's important is the being in front of you. This is the being in question.
All right, the head of Cthulhu.
You see this being
Sort of like a
floating
mind
there.
player.
You see this being floating there, and it is of enormous size. And then it looks directly towards you, its nebula-like eyes, and speaks directly into your mind, almost splitting your head from how intense the voice is. Who dares to disturb me? Where are those wretched sirens? Can't they keep vermin out? What else are they good for?
Sir, can you use your inside voice, please?
Roll a persuasion check.
Please use your inside brain voice.
I don't have any points in this, so do I just roll d20?
Roll d20.
No,
with,
you have nothing in
with,
persuasion. You roll 2 d20s
Yeah.
and take the lower.
Okay, gotcha.
You have snag in anything you don't have ranks in.
That's it. 6 and the 13, so 6.
He yells louder at you in response.
Ow, come on, man.
He's gonna try calming this guy down next.
I'm going to speak to it, and I'm going to acknowledge all of its 13 secret names. I'm going to.
All right. In that case, In that case, you call it, Uluth Keen, the listening one. He from behind. You give a couple of names, and you end with Douglas.
Douglas.
Douglas, that's your name.
Come now, Douglas. You know that what woke you up? You're supposed to be sleeping for another 73 years.
Okay. Roll
What woke
diplomacy.
you up?
Roll diplomacy. So
Do I have
persuasion,
edge?
diplomacy.
Do I have edge because I knew all his names?
You have an edge because you knew all his names, and you're addressing the what woke you up. You're asking him what's causing all this.
Alright. So, once again, I have a 21. 15 plus 6.
Ooh.
He focuses his eyes on you now, as he like he's still angry, but his volume has dropped. And he just goes, I have been sleeping. Eventually, I woke up, he says. And as he's talking, Altenvire, you guys do look around, and it looks like there is a sort of bloodstone ritual circle for sealing him off and putting him to sleep. And from what you're gathering from the situation, the sirens were used to help keep him asleep. But obviously something went wrong. Probably the sirens just going mad by being near this thing for so long. And he explains that at some point he woke up, and once he woke up, he couldn't go back to sleep because there was this annoying voice that kept talking, and he couldn't get it to shut up. So he just grabbed the voice, threw it into another dimension, but now more people will keep talking. Now that voice has started. Now that voice is gone, and he can't get it to stop.
So is
Have
it
you
fair?
tried a gun?
Click the prime.
Oh.
I don't think that's gonna help.
And Colton. Not everything we solve at once.
Violence is the
voice.
no. Violence is the question. Yes is the answer.
So I'm going
You
to
want
say,
violence,
Doug-
little man.
Douglas.
Not against you.
Douglas. The voice you threw into the other dimension is part of what's helping keep you asleep. You have made it worse, not better. Let me help you get back to sleep. First, call the voice that you threw away back.
Okay.
And then we'll adjust the volume. Trust me, Cecil's voice gets very soothing between about 12 and 13 decibels.
All right, so
Where's his radio even?
so
He
this
doesn't need one. Didn't you see? Can't you see his? Can't you see his multi-frequency oral adapters on the side of his head?
well, here's the thing. Something you have to understand is essentially the suggestion you're trying out that had been used before and it ended up failing. It didn't last as long as it should have. So you're essentially suggesting a failed solution to him and just trying that again.
So, okay, fair enough. So Douglas, what do you find most soothing? What sounds do you find most soothing?
Silence. I don't want to hear anything. I just want silence.
I have the perfect solution for you. And I'm going to take out the headphones. Try these.
Perfect.
You see one of the tentacles just like come over and swipe them real quick. And as it gets closer to Douglas, they get bigger and bigger and bigger. Until Douglas puts the headphones on with two of his tentacles. And he's just like,
Before you put them on, bring the voice back.
there is a lash of a tentacle as he goes, if this works, I will give the voice back.
Try them.
MacGuffin.
Oh, sweet void! Silence! I can't even hear myself. He looks back at you, not taking the headphones off, and he goes, thank you, mortals. I shall, as promised, give your little voice back, and I will make sure to send you back, since you cannot bring yourselves to your own plane on your own. Farewell. May we
You're most
never,
generous.
ever, ever meet again.
I certainly hope not. I should be a counselor when you're back in 73 years. And
You guys are
next
back.
time I will actually have Colton shoot you instead.
You guys are now back in the radio station, and you see Cecile standing there.
Dude, in 73 years,
What's
he's
your
going to be
problem?
dead.
He's just like, oh.
First off, is he going to wake up for his alarm clock now?
I certainly hope not.
Cecile's just like, okay, hi there, citizens. Can I
They
help
wouldn't
you?
let me shoot it.
Your voice should be returned to you. Try it out. And I hope
Cecile
you
looks.
remember.
Cecile looks at Alton,
the-
going, "What are you talking about? It's always been there."
Good. You'll remember this, of course, the next time you're reporting on council business. Just keep your mouth shut, or your voice might go away again.
And he looks at Alton, going, "What do you mean again? I don't know what you're talking about."
Exactly.
And Cecile's just looking completely confused, and he's just like, "What's good?" Anyone else in the room looking over at the clock, you're noticing something weird about that. Essentially, what ended up happening was, when he sent you back, you're about a day early.
Oh.
So that event never happened.
It's
But
one way to
like-
solve the problem.
I bet you the librarians know though.
Oh,
And
no,
that-
we don't want to inquire what they do and don't know.
And that, my friends, was the one-shot Voices Lost.
Okay. That was interesting. Kind of liked it.
It was fun. I wish I shot Douglas. It
So-
would have been fun.
Having timed that whole game, the game in total lasted 2 hours and 4 minutes, but I think part of that is because we moved a lot slower because of a lot of some technical issues, some because of the way we're rolling our dice here and looking at the character sheets. There's a bit of delay between everything. If it's on the table itself at the actual game with everyone's dice and paper all being there on hand, I think that would speed it up a little bit.
An extra 4 minutes is not bad.
Well, no. This
That's
has to. The game specifically has to be an hour and 45 minutes. Anything past that essentially makes me concerned, because the boss man was talking about how it has to be. It can never exceed 2 hours. So he says it should be done by an hour and 45 minutes.
I will say that going through those different tiles, I guess, added time.
Okay, so you think the time
Because we were trying
excessive.
to figure out what emotion to use to move forward and that sort of thing. I feel like that could, at least the first section of the tunnel could be taken out, maybe.
Okay.
I feel like some of the characters added just a little bit of fluff. Like when we were just talking to some people, it was just kind of like, how much fluff can we put in between us and what was going on next, basically. Like, all right, we've got information to go to Charlie, we got information to go here, and it's just like they gave us basically the same information except like one little snippet.
The bad thing about it is, since this thing is on a specific time limit, it should kind of play like a regular just a game, platforming game, where it's like one you go be specific on what action you take. You go here, and then you go here, and you go here, and you go here.
So be more direct in what direction to take.
Yeah.
Convention games by necessity have to be very railroading.
Yeah.
Very railroading. So
Keep that in mind.
and I'll admit to doing a bit of scene chewing, trying to get inspiration, but also trying to give the flavor of Night Vale.
You did a very good job with that, I will say
Yes,
that.
it did.
Yeah, I like it.
Because
I tried to play the character as well as I could, knowing that he was not from the land.
Yep. And then that's why we said you have to go back for another round of brainwashing.
Look, I did that in the U.S. military. I don't need to again.
Okay, so in terms of how the story is presented, would you say this is at least a semi-accurate vibe of what Night Vale's like?
Again, I've only been about 25 episodes and there's 200 plus under my belt, but I think it feels right.
Okay, good.
I mean, it was fun. I do feel like rolling a bucket of dice every time I have to roll for it is a little redundant, but to me that's just a gripe I have with it.
But you guys have
That's an essence 20 system thing.
Yeah.
But you guys have
Particularly
a good you have a good.
But the story itself was good. I mean, it was a lot of fun listening to all the different things that could happen in the story.
And there was a different path you guys did not take, which was the more mythical path, and that would be hitting up the library, and then essentially instead of going to the general store, you would have ended up after a cat steals one of your items and leads you to the Night Vale Zoo, leads you down into a secret basement office where you would find Sir Reginald Furfang III, an overly educated tarantula.
We missed out on Reginald? We gotta go back. Alright, rewind, let's go. This man sounds like a man of quality and honor.
He's a man of great culture.
He's also a white-collar criminal.
Aren't all criminals white collar?
I mean, if you're a successful one.
We just call them businessmen.
Anyways, so
As
do you guys have at least a decent grip on what the mechanics are like? Like, how well did this game teach you the general vibe of the general mechanics of the game?
Yeah, I have a pretty good idea about what to do. Yeah.
I had trouble understanding how to know if you have edge on something.
So you have edge based on two things: one, circumstances, and number two, if you have some kind of trait, origin, influence, or whatever, just perks in general, which is on the second page. So, like, if I go to your thing right here. It's like you gain. So for Dusty Wicks, your character gains an edge on science, medicine skill tests. You gain a shift upwards on smarts and social skill tests when solving puzzles. You reroll ones on social skill dice. You take a downshift on infiltration. You ignore the first run on all wealth tests involving shopping within Night Vale, and you gain an edge on anything that deals with animal goods. Things like that. And then, of course, as like Ultimate Virus, double checking and making sure, hey, do I have an edge on this or do I not? Because there are some circumstances where you gain an edge. It's like the fact that he was stating out every single solitary title that Douglas had, plus asking what's wrong, what's the cause of your issue, was helping to help calm down Douglas.
Bullet would have been better. It would have put him to sleep.
No.
No.
I have a feeling that would have resulted in all of our horrific deaths.
Yes.
Death before dishonor.
Speak for yourself. While I'm perfectly fine with evolving into my draconic form after my next death, I still kind of like not having a second head to consult with.
I did decide to have the main characters be all human.
I think that's a good choice. I think that is a seriously good choice.
Yeah, A, because it's a good starting point for people who are jumping into the game, and B, because it's easier with the AI to just make human characters instead of something else.
I had a feeling that the artwork was AI.
If I don't have the time nor money to either make the art myself or hire someone else to make the art, especially if it's something that's one-off or off on the side, I'll usually use AI. But with real characters, I usually prefer to use genuine artwork that other people made. Other times, most of the time, if I'm using an AI, it's usually to gain inspiration for something that I want to do. An example would be the logo of our live stream was actually, I got the idea from an AI. I typed in, like, this is the kind of vibe that I want, this is some elements I'd like, and I just kept generating images, and I saw one, I'm like, oh, that gives me a cool idea. And I started drawing out the idea, and then I took the idea and put it on the digital scanner, and I started cleaning it up, coloring it, and added little elements, and we have the logo we have now today.
Ooh.
So I use AI mostly for inspiration and generating ideas. But
I will say that
yes, Tia?
as far as Night Vale goes, I was kind of wanting to look into how it was played a bit, but I was also kind of wanting to go in blind so that I can, I guess, see if I can understand it while you were explaining it to me and how to play and all that. So I just chose to go in blind. So.
I appreciate that, because the goal for this is to test how it is, how well I can teach people who go in blind the mechanics, because that's the whole point of this session.
Yeah, not everyone is going to hop into one of your games and know anything about Night Vale at all, so...
Exactly, yeah.
And to be fair, I was making up half the stuff that I was referencing Night Vale with.
Oh. Okay.
And I wasn't going to argue with that, I was just kind of rolling with it.
Yeah, I was doing that to see how you play with it, but I'm trying to keep the vibe that I was getting from Night Vale. the secretive, all mysterious, all knowing council. And I work with them. So I know all this stuff.
Yeah. What's probably going to happen in the intro games with the newcomers who probably don't know much about this kind of stuff is what I'm probably going to do is Altenvire is an up-and-coming council member. He doesn't actually know all of that stuff, but he makes it seem like he knows everything. It does help to speed things along, but at the same time, I don't want that character to have too much of a shine on his actions. So, like, that's why I wanted there to be something for everyone to do. That's one of the reasons
So
I have.
what you do is you ask who at the table has listened to Night Vale before.
That's a good idea.
Because the one who's listened to Night Vale before, give them to Alton. Alton to them, I should say.
That's a
Because
good
he's the
idea.
only one with a weird rating that can use it.
See, I haven't listened to it, but at the same time, role playing is like second nature to me at this point. I role play when I roll out of bed. Sit there, roll d20, natural one, hit my head on the desk on the way down.
Ouch.
So, Altenvire, was there anything that you think I should do or cut out to help cut the time a little bit?
To save time, I know it was a necessary tutorial combat, but the tentacle head thingies, that tutorial combat was quick, but that's where you got to tighten up, if you ask me.
Okay. So speed up combat, essentially.
Just speed it up. They got to know what they can do.
Well,
Give them hints
also, I
to
feel
help
like,
them.
sorry, I was saying, I feel like that particular scene didn't really add anything because we didn't know, like, we never found out
What they were.
why they were there yet, like, why they were chasing us, if they were sent by Douglas, or there were no answers to that.
Yeah.
They were essentially sent by Douglas to, like, get rid of any excess noise and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, not only was that not as important, it was also not, like, there wasn't really much time to explain them. The whole idea was just to get combat out of the way real quick, like, to get something to briefly go over combat so you could understand the mechanics of it.
I would focus less on having the combat with them and more on the combat with the mermaids,
Sirens?
the sirens. Because at that point, like, yeah, Altenvire could talk us out of it, which is entirely a thing, but at the same time, he could also get caught if he doesn't know that the headphones are actually useful there. Like
They said sirens, and I'm like, I better have you. You all might die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Oh no! If I was gonna die, I was gonna shoot you on my way out.
I will say,
In fact,
seeing-
if Douglas didn't send us right back, I was gonna shoot you as we got back to the portal.
I have to say, I really loved the excitement on your face when you realized the importance of the headphones at the very end, when you're like, oh, this is why we have them. We're gonna give them to
But
Douglas.
he can't sleep. He wants silence. Oh, we have a MacGuffin for that.
We literally have a MacGuffin for that.
And that's the thing is-
you gotta make sure the players pick that up, which is a good move on your part, Dusty.
And that's a
I was like, well, there's a weird, might as well take it with me.
and that's the thing is, there's 3 potential endings or alternatives if the players come up with one. And that's basically like, hey, we're gonna seal him away and just ignore him. There's the, hey, let's negotiate and find a way to get the broadcasting wavelengths on a different dimensional plane that benefits us and doesn't affect you. And then there's the, hey, we're gonna give you this sound counselor and help you. It's like the hostile, neutral, and beneficial routes, essentially.
It would have been more fun to banish him or put a bullet in his head. Look, just because I can't put a bullet in his head with this gun doesn't mean that there isn't a gun that I could find that would be big enough to put a bullet through his head. Just because that might be a 184 millimeter howitzer.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Doesn't-
so
I went
this
full
game
American
is
this
pretty
time,
much
so.
this game is pretty much finished. So unless anyone else has anything else to comment about the game itself or the mechanics or anything else like that, is anyone here willing to also help me test out the Vampire Masquerade game?
I will.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Not today.
Yeah, no, not
Think we
tonight.
all-
Not-
I
not
have to
today,
finish
no.
writing it. I wanted to finish writing the Night Vale game because that's literally like all my games except one game of Vampire Masquerade. So I had to make sure this one was going to work first. And then once I'm finished writing Vampire Masquerade, which it should be done by the next weekend, that game is going to be a 4-hour game.
Now, is that going to be on Saturday or Sunday? 'Cause
We
I
have to. We have to.
something
We
on
have
Saturday.
to. Okay, so I guess we're doing Sunday again.
Dottie is helping you with that, right?
She offered to help me with that, but she's also in the midst of getting ready for leaving, and she hasn't really responded very much. So
Not true. She is moving, so.
probably not. I'm probably just gonna have to write everything up. I just have to finish writing up the. The problem is I haven't written the character sheets for that one yet, so I have to make the I have to write the characters, finish writing all the bulk of the story and challenges, and then it should be good.
I can help you with the characters and such if you need it, but I will not be available next Saturday. I'm running one of my paid games that time.
What about Sunday?
I should say not that Sunday. I should say that's Sunday. I'd be available on Saturday, but not Sunday.
So Tia's not available Saturday. You're not available Sunday. Bit of a pickle. Let me check and see.
I mean, I guess I could be available Saturday if I don't go over to my parents that week.
Why am I not pausing? I'll look up my calendar real quick, and I'll talk to you guys about it afterwards. We'll try and schedule a date. Because if Saturday or Sunday are not available for us to have the whole group together, then we'll have to do it on a weeknight.
Okay.
Which will be fine. Unless it's after August 4th. Then we might have a problem.
I mean, you
Gen
gotta get
Con-
it ready before that.
Yeah, I have to get ready before Gen Con. So
I don't know when Gen Con is.
31st.
Always the first weekend in August.
Oh, first week. Okay. I'll be leaving my house and going to Indianapolis on Wednesday, which is the 30th. So
That is
You must be close.
well, no, but I'm talking about the what do you call it? The hotel, like the hotel that he got us.
Yep.
Yeah. So going to Indianapolis so I can get into the room, and then just head to Gen Con the day after, in the morning after that. So
Yep.
either way,
Y'all driving down there?
I am.
this will be my
I
first
can't
time.
afford to fly.
This will be my first time taking the airplane. It's also gonna be my first time being in an area without any friends or family in the general vicinity. It's also my time going to It's also my first time going to Gen Con and my first time playing Night Vale or Vampires Masquerade. So I got a lot of news happening at once for me.
Wow.
So I'm gonna give you a little bit of warning on this. Arrive at the airport at least an hour and a half early.
Oh, I'm aware.
Yes.
I'm already scheduled.
No.
I've already taken that time into account.
Unless you got pre-check, which I know you don't, because I don't do
No.
pre-check anymore.
Is the hotel going to be at the same place that Gen Con is being held, or right next to it, or pretty close to it?
No, the one that they have me in is pretty far from Gen Con itself.
Okay.
Prepare your Ubers.
So yeah. All right. So with that out of the way, let me ask, what was your favorite thing about this session? I am curious.
The characters.
Yeah, the all of the weird and strange characters that we ran into.
I was kind
Yeah.
of hoping that would be it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which character was your favorite that you guys ran into?
The cat.
Cat.
The cat.
For obvious reasons, I have an orange boy.
Yeah, the cat. Fun. Yeah, I like the cat.
All right.
It is not at all difficult to believe that a cat is on the city council. Not at all.
I mean, most cats are evil, so yeah. I just can't. The thing is, I can't believe that an orange boy is on the city council. The rest of them, yes. But orange cats are notoriously stupid.
All right.
And if this is if this is an all-knowing organization, that is not believable.
That about finishes the game, so thank you all for joining us. Thank you for our viewer, and for all the viewers who are watching this after it has been publicly released. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. See you guys in the next one. The Punch.
Bye.
Beware, the daughter of the sea. Beware, I heard him cry. His words carried upon the ocean breeze as he sank beneath the tide. Those blood-soaked shores of Kalimdor, where sailors fought and died, the Erdmore fell at Theramore because she left his side. Why this? Why this? Oh, daughter of the sea. Why this? Did you forget your seaside days? Always the pride of a nation's eyes. How could she go astray when she